Hello everyone, we are the 3rd of October 2035. This is your anchorman Ahmed Sheikruhu. I'm presenting to you the news on TV7, and this is a reminder of the major news. In breaking news, after decades of conflicts, the Palestinian and the Israeli administration have reached a solution. In other news, tensions are boiling in the south of France as the government have authorized the use of self-driving trucks. Vaccines against AIDS have been stated as mandatory for everyone in Europe and North America. And finally, after years of research, fusion energy is finally achieved. Our first topic of the night comes directly from Jerusalem, where finally Palestinians and Israeli have reached an agreement. With us, our reporter Nikki to tell us more about the subject. To you, Nikki.
Good day, people. Actually, you might want to save today's date as one of the most important in the entire history. The Israel-Palestine war has finally come to an end. Most of you might not even know what I'm talking about, since it is an ongoing operation since the mid-20th century. So let's go back and describe briefly the events of this tragedy. The origins of the problem can be traced back to Jewish immigration and sectarian conflict in mandatory Palestine between Jews and Arabs. It has been referred as the world's most intractable conflict, with the ongoing Israeli occupation of the West Bank and the Gaza Strip reaching more or less 70 years now. The number of the victims is uncountable, along with the pain and suffering this war has caused. You gotta act now, don't wait till it's over. All we have is in one of the operations. All the troops are removed, people gain their safety and freedom back. Of course, they will have to learn how to coexist since both of the parties are very passionate about religion still. Let's see how that will work out, but not today. Today we're celebrating peace. So, back to you, Ahmed.
After many years of negotiation, the French government has finally allowed the use of self-driving trucks. As soon as the announcement was made, tensions started to boil in the south of France. Our reporter Florian is there to witness the incidents.
Hi Czech, it's Florian. I'm currently in the south of France, near the highway of Nice and Antibes, and there is the beginning of the big demonstration of today. Indeed, as you know, Mercedes, after 20 years of research and development, will sell its new truck for the first time tomorrow. That will have huge consequences for many workers. I'll let you see now, there is no need for a truck driver, and that is the major problem. Moreover, and unfortunately, for the driver labor unions, Uber and Volvo will launch their self-driving truck within a year.
It's designed to be safe. It's quiet and totally predictable, down to the cost savings. Nothing similar to what you've seen from us before. In fact, it's impossible to drive.
So, everyone is asking what is the future of the 500,000 truck drivers which are working in France. Will they be reconverted or be unemployed? Indeed, for the moment, they are fighting for their right to work and for the non-ethicality of the self-driving truck. As you see, most of the demonstration is non-violent, but unfortunately we can deplore a few fights against the police. Last but not least, another system is impact, the financial one. Indeed, shareholders are fleeing massively Mercedes for ethical reasons, and the market looks crazy currently. We hope this movement won't cause a national movement, especially since the taxi drivers join. This was Florian from Czech. Thank you for listening.
To our medical report of the day, a few days ago, French researchers have discovered the vaccine of AIDS, and now governments in all over Europe and North America are launching campaigns of vaccines. Mark is going to give us more details on the subject. To you.
Welcome to our daily medical report. Today, it has been 52 days that a French team of doctors has reached to find a vaccine against AIDS. After more than 10 years of a hard labor, Dr. Dassin and his team find the good chemical formula to struggle against the virus. They first tried the vaccine on sick animals, and their results were excellent. So they decided to go forward and to try it on sick people. And after dozens of tests on sick people and good results, the miracle happened. And because this is one of the first time of history that a true vaccine stops the disease progression and supply to the body enough white cells to cure the virus. And this has been one of the major discovery of the 21st century in medicine. And that's why Dr. Dassin and his team has been awarded the Medicine Nobel Prize last week. What are the direct consequences of this discovery? European Union and North America has already decided to make a huge immunization campaign to struggle against the virus, and the US has already decided to make also the vaccine mandatory for 15 years old to 13 years old, 30 years old. The other news of the day is that IA is now allowed by the United Nations to provide diagnose for sick people, and there are more and more IA tools in surgery. Thanks for watching. This was our daily medical report. Bye bye.
Always in the south of France, where another team of researchers has now managed to connect a fusion nuclear power plant to an electricity grid. With us, our reporter Pietro from Provence. To you, Pietro.
Good morning everybody, I'm Pietro Mambelli and I'm talking from Provence, in France, where today a fusion nuclear power plant has been connected for the first time in history to the electricity power grid. We should remember that decades of disappointment in that field had led to the joke that fusion energy would always be the energy of the future without ever being achieved. But today is a day of revenge for all the people who bet on this new energy source. Many nuclear power plants have already been built in the last few years and are ready to be connected, so very soon we could see the fusion energy spreading all over the world and crushing all the fossil fuels and the other renewable sources. Indeed, there are lots of advantages on using fusion power. First of all, there's enough fusion fuel to power the planet for hundreds of millions of years. Moreover, unlike the other sources, fusion can produce energy on demand and is not affected by the weather. And because it's also safe and produces no pollution, a fusion power plant can be located close to where it's required, cutting the cost of delivering and storing energy. But now you're probably wondering how it was possible to transform fusion from an expensive science experiment into a viable commercial energy source. So if we go back over the years of research, the main problem was that until 10 years ago, every fusion experiment had operated on energy deficit, making it useless for the electricity generation. That's because the process works only at extreme temperatures. So the turning point was the discovery of new superconducting materials that produced ultra powerful magnets. And that allowed to start investing seriously in this sector and leading it to become one of the most disruptive technology in the history. Last but not least, fusion does not produce greenhouse gases, so we are finally facing with an opportunity to mitigate climate change while driving economic prosperity. For all these reasons, fusion technology is already having a strong impact on the global market, and today's event probably marks the end of the fossil fuel age. That's all for now. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.
This is all the news for tonight. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This was your anchorman Amachikuru from TV7, and I wish you a good night.